Okay guys, so this is video 3 of this installment regarding marking up the dispatch release for Southwest Airlines. Just want to add a couple things that I forgot to mention. So after we take a look at this dispatch release and we've come to the conclusion that we agree with how the dispatcher planned our flight, the next thing we got to go do is go to the page 2 here, and we have to sign it. It's probably the most important part of the release. So we have to sign the release if we agree with the dispatcher. So I'll sign it here real quick. So we'll say that I agree with this dispatch release, how the dispatcher planned the flight. And then lastly here, so we got fit for duty statements. So per part 117, we have to sign that we are fit for duty as well. So I'll sign for that. Okay, so we got that signed, and then we'd pass it over to our FO, get the FO to sign his. And then we also do this, you do this on ATIS as well. When you initialize the flight, it's going to ask if you are fit for duty and everything. So you initialize that on the ATIS, and so that'll go to the company. So then now this document here that you sign, you're going to put this you're going to fold it up. So we fold it up here and we put it in between the throttle quadrant, so between the thrust levers, and then fold it up there and wait for the, let's see, the ops agent. When the ops agent comes down to the gate to let us know which weight and balance report number is current for the flight, when we go to do our PWB takeoff data and everything, we're going to give them this copy of the dispatch release. So there's 3 copies that the ops agent will give us. One for the captain, one for the FO, and then one that's like the master copy that'll stay at the station. So we fold that copy up, wait for the ops agent to let us know what the weight and balance report number is, so we can put that into PWB so that we can get our numbers. And so we'll give them that signed copy. And if you take a look at the reg here, so 121.695, so it states here for disposition of load manifest, dispatch release, and flight plans, domestic and flight flag operations. So the pilot in command, so the captain of the airplane, shall carry in the airplane to its destination, 1, a copy of the completed load manifest. So that's going to be your weight and balance report. It's technically not required for flight because it's also included in your PWB takeoff data. So we don't need that actual physical paper report, but some stations will provide that to you. So number 2, a copy of the dispatch release. So obviously we have to have a copy, whether it's a physical copy or if it's an electronic copy on the EFB. Southwest doesn't have that just yet. I believe in the summertime they're going to be moving to electronic form on the iPad, and that's how they'll start doing dispatch releases. And then 3, a copy of the flight plan, which if you take a look here, the flight plan is included right here. So you have your flight plan on the dispatch release as well. And this is important to know. I would take note of this right here. This is your ATC Callsign. This is what the dispatcher filed you under. Okay, so none of the other flight information matters. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Reason being is because if there's 2 different Southwest 3176s in the system at the same time, which it happens sometimes in the real world, the dispatcher is going to actually have to change your ATC call sign to a 9000 number. At Southwest, they do a 9000 number. So Southwest 9001, Southwest 9002, 9003, 9004, 9005. It doesn't matter. It's got to be a 9000 number. And that'll show here. It's not going to show here. This is for the company. This is the passengers. When you're briefing the passengers over the PA and everything, you're going to refer to yourself as Southwest Flights 3176, nonstop service to Seattle in this case. So the passengers see us as 3176. The company sees us as 3176. However, ATC is going to see us based off of whatever this says. So if this is a 9000, then we're no longer Southwest 3176 with ATC. We're going to be whatever this says. So that's important to know. That's your ATC call sign. And so we can keep note of that. So I would want to keep note of whatever that is. I would put it up here. So in this case, it's 3176. So we can just make that real big here. We can just say SWA 3176. And then that way we have a good record of what our I was about to put a 3 and I screwed that up. That's fine. So, but yeah, that's our ATC call sign in, you know, big and easy for us to recognize. You know, if we have this folded on the yoke, hooked to the yoke, it's folded like this. You know, it's easy for us to pick that out. Southwest 3176. Something else that some guys will like to do as well, which is good information. You want to go over to your ATIS, and you can pull up, like, let's say for Denver ATIS here. So we got information Yankee, and we got some pretty strong winds right now too. It's pretty crazy. So anyways, we take the departure information Yankee. So Yankee, we could circle that so that we know Yankee is the ATIS. We also could put, like, let's say for instance, our departure frequency was 118.2 in our PDC. 118.2. Put it right there so that we remember that's our departure frequency, for instance. And altimeter right there, 2996. That's good information to know, so we can put that there. So 29.96. So it's just, you know, there's no real right or wrong way to mark a dispatch release. It's just whatever information you feel is important or necessary to know for the flight. You can put it right on the dispatch release. It's easy to keep track of. So there you go. The departure runway, most likely looking at this, if we're going out to Seattle. Man, this is a pretty long ATIS, a lot of information. Departing runway 8, runway 34 left, so most likely 34 left. So we could expect departure off runway 34 left is what we're expecting. That's probably what I'd put in the box, and if ATC changes us, then so be it, but that's what we're probably going to expect is runway 34 left. So got that information right there on the release. We're signed, we're good to go. We give it to our FO, and the FO will sign for his, and then we'll give that copy to the station, to the ops agent. They'll keep it. We take a look at the regs again. I believe it's, yep, it's right here, 121,695 again. You look at the bottom here, B, the certificate holder, which the certificate holder is always going to be the airline, the air carrier. So in this case, Southwest Airlines. So the certificate holder shall keep copies of the records required in the section for at least 3 months. So they have to keep record of the weight and balance report, the dispatch release, and the flight plan, all 3 of them. You have to keep track of those and keep record of them at the station for 3 months, and then at that point you can get rid of them. So they would just shred them at that point. But that's what the reg says. So that copy that we give to the ops agent, they're going to keep that at the station for 3 months, and then at that point they can discard it. So all right, guys, that'll pretty much sum up everything on the dispatch release. I think we covered everything at this point. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and we'll talk to you in the next video.